Hey guys, welcome yet again to another Showdown Sweep. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke, and today's one we got ourselves an Empoleon Sweep. This one was kind of very interesting to make because I was really I tried to be more nice, but let me just say that here. This was just a completely lucky one. In reality, I'm not sure if I was meant to do this sweep at all, but yeah. So let's go ahead and explain. So first of all, Empoleon to like this evolution line. Let me just give it a go ahead, just straight off the bat. I used to like it, but now it's a little bit more, something like just a little disappointed because I'm just going to give it away and say from all the starters that from the basically from all the starters from Gen 4, basically from all starters, Empoleon by far has the least unique moveset to try. So this was a hard time to do a sweep with because, well, it wasn't that super difficult, but it was really complicated because with the stats, it's not actually really that exactly perfect, let's just say. So for this one, I wasn't really, first of all, going for an Empoleon sweep. I was just randomly doing my full Piplup Evolution Line team. And the thing about this is that with all the combined, like, compare them, like, from Turtwig, Chimchar to Piplup's Evolution Line, Piplup's Evolution Line has the least potential moveset. Like, they had the most difficult to try it out. So I had to try many battles and had to do a multiple different sets. And I came up with this set with Empoleon for sure because this one had to be run as a more of a competitive one. Now for this one, speaking of competitive, it originally, I'm pretty sure it learned Defiant is one of the abilities, one of its original hidden ability, but now it has changed to competitive. So I was going to originally run its competitive ability, but that wasn't the set I fortunately couldn't use because that was a different set because that was on a special set. So yes, people, this was on a different set because this was a physical set I was running. So compared to its moves, like, let's look at the set. So first of all, it has a 111 special attack, which is amazing. 101 for special defense, pretty okay. But then it comes from the other stats, like, okay, 84 health is alright. Defense is 88, pretty solid. But then 60 on the speed makes this thing like, it just makes it kind of boring because it doesn't even look like it can be a fast sweeper. Even with like just base 60, it's not a fast one at all. So I had to come up with some sort of strategy, and it kind of worked okay, but it relied a little bit of a luck. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. So this took me a couple of attempts, but eventually I managed to get this sweep here. So let's get this battle going. So first of all, this like some of these sweeps, like I said, I wasn't even going for the sweeps. I was just playing some showdown battles and managed to get it out of thin air. So let's roll on. Let's roll into the battle. So first of all, we was versing against Taza 64, and we were versing against a Calyrex lead. So first things is we got my Piplup here, and I was doing a little bit of a strategy, relying on using its special, well, at least not really strategy, but just a more of a support set. So I knew this was probably going to go for like a sort of physical move. Obviously, Calyrex is most run of it, but then they started to use growth. Like, okay, is it like a special Calyrex? I kind of wanted to know. So they did use Leaf Seed first. So like, okay, that was the one thing I kind of worried about a little bit. I know I can't do anything. Basically, I'm doing nothing with Piplup. I'm just giving it more status move. So I need to find a way. I almost heard something in the back. I need to find a way to get rid of this thing, or at least make sure it does attack me, because I don't want this thing to keep using growth and try set up on my Piplup, because I do know this thing is kind of like already has a lot of stats. So I decided to use, I'm pretty sure I went from this point, I think I went Haze. I'm actually going to speed up a little process right here. So yeah, I think I went for a Yawn, and then I went for a Haze just to get rid of its stats. And then I was going to plan to switch, but I decided I want to stick around, and they're going to keep using growth. So it was kind of just annoying now at this point. So I decided at this point when I was like, if they're going to keep set up their status move, I might as well, take my opportunity to set up my Empoleon in and see if I can get the Empoleon sweep. So they're going to keep using growth. I went down from the Leaf Seed by using also Haze as well. Totally, that it's not even a status. It's just a status move in general. Just remove its additional stats. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the first battle here, and let's get this amazing Empoleon sweep. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the first battle there. Sadly on the first one, we actually got outsped on the Skeleturge with that amazing max speed Skeleturge. Never see that one coming. And we fortunately lost that one. Also did a little bit of editing here because I did a little bit of mistake on halfway between this battle, the second battle here. So just act like it's never happened or nothing suspicious happened. So yeah, we pretty much versus the next battle here against Space Louie, and hope you enjoy this one. So we got against him, and hope you enjoy this one. So we got Piplup first of all against his Sandy Sharks. Like, yeah, I kind of understand this one's gonna be one of those battles already. So this thing was still a big threat. So I went for a Yawn just to put this sleeps, just to get rid of the trying to stall its light screen. Because now that I use light screen, I have to install a little bit of a turn, because in case I was going to use, my special set. So I went for my Piplup number 2. They still went to sleep, and I just want to go for, I went for the Ice Beam, and pretty much did a little bit of damage while I still had the chance. So they're going to go for the Discharge, and sadly it's going to break the sub, or not sub, but the Sash. sub on level 1. No, this is the level 1. Sub on the 1 HP moment. But yeah. But anyways, I went down from the Flash Cannon, and now it's opportunity to Empoleon get its own sweep. Enjoy. You never expected that I was actually going to pull it off, huh? But it got it. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the Empoleon sweep there. And let me explain this move pull set for this Empoleon. So first of all, this took me a little bit of a couple attempts, and finally got to manage to do it with the opponent's full of ground type team, sort of. And yeah, I'm sorry I'm swept you, but I have to get through this video done. So yeah, this one, it was a very obvious set. So we run max speed, max attack, with adamant nature. Now, because there was like, obviously we obviously know that there was a lot of fast mons, so because I couldn't outspeed most of them, I decided to run. Obviously, I needed to have something to increase my speed. So this was a Salic Berry set with Swords Dance, Earthquake, Ice Spinner, and Liquidation. So we had Torment in case if we're run if we're bring basically we run Torment because what it says here, at 1 out of third or less of its maximum HP, the offensive stat is 1.5 times with water type. So technically my liquidation would have done more damage than before. So that's a really good ability, and it's better than competitive because it only increased my special attack versus my physical set. So this was a very complicated set because from based around all the other starters, like I said, Empoleon's evolution line kind of has lacked. It's just kind of just lackey. I guess that's a word. I don't know if that's a word. I'm just gonna say it's not. But it's just so complicated because Empoleon to like Piplup line, it's just not that actually good in use. Like I even used it in my own start at one time, so I thought it was gonna be good, but honestly, not anymore. Like honestly, it's just kind of bad, really. So if you are actually going to go for some strategy, I recommend you go for the Grotto and the Chimchar line. I feel bad for the Piplup evolution line, but seriously, Empoleon's line doesn't really have the best, like, greatest move pool, and it's based around its stats. Like, literally, like, Torterra gets Shell Smash, Inferno gets Raging Fury, and what does Empoleon get? Well, it just gets competitive as one of the hidden ability for sure, but even then, like, it still not have the greatest speed to make use out of it. You're gonna have to run like a timid nature with it and run obviously max special attack, but also you need to have something, to use. Like you have to use it like an strategy so you can make the opponent attack, get your competitive ability activation, and then see what happens. So this strategy had to be made in a physical sense because this, well, then again, it was more easier to handle, but has a little less physical base stats than the special, so it's a little complicated, but it's something. So I'm glad I got to use this one. So we got Swords Dance to increase my physical attack by 2 stages. We got Earthquake for electric types and steel, pretty much like steel type and stuff, especially as well to hit like stuff that also is not, well, obviously not. Also, it's a good coverage. Now we also have that Terra Ground to be immune to against electric types, which you saw in the first battle with that Regieleki trying to use its what was that, electric drift, or was that like a wild charge or something? I don't know. But pretty much I used the Terra opportunity to use the Terra, Ground to make myself immune. Now, surprised enough about the one of the moments is that the Mosul, for some reason went for a tidy up. I don't know if it was just a sacrifice or not, but it could have definitely outsped me and go for a population spam and maybe potentially even flinch me. So, it's what it is, and I'm not gonna judge. And also surprisingly is that I am glad that the Garganeckle didn't have sturdy, because if it did have sturdy, it is what it is. I mean, it would have probably ended it with just one body press, and that would have ended it. So gladly it did not have it. But annoyingly about this first battle with Pelifin had Haze, that surprised me because I was like, what? Why would you have Haze on the first turn? Like, you could have even used Jet Punch in the first, like in the beginning with. Like, why did you just use like Jet Punch? Maybe because obviously now people probably gonna explain me now already, because maybe because they just don't want to use it on its normal form. They want to use its hero like 0 to hero form. So that's probably why they wanted to probably use Jet Punch maybe afterwards, if they ever did. But they did swap into, they used Haze, and then they used the opportunity to swap into Skeledirge. Now, I'm going to say right here, if they did have Jet Punch, I would have easily lost this battle. And even if I got my Salic Berry, the Leech Seed probably would have, stalled, get me pretty much low in HP to the point I would have gotten my Salic Berry, but probably not outsped or able to withstand a Jet Punch or one of those priority Pelifin does often. So yeah, I probably would have lost that one anyways, but still, it was still a nice attempt. And the second one we just got straight off the bat. So we have Ice Spinner for Dragon types, as well for like coverage, like for grass types, obviously grass types. A little bit weird, but that's that. And also liquidation for our best usual, well, most likely best water type move we have for most likely. Well, for now at least. And that's it. So that's pretty much it for the Empoleon strategy. Not really that complicated. Just run Swords Dance, Leech Salic Berry on it, and hope the best you can outspeed. Now, I run this one with Adamant Nature because I do need more base power. Because, you know, if you're going to run Salic Berry, you do often can outspeed most Pokemon already. With this strategy, you can actually outspeed most of the things with the once you get your Salic Berry. But if you don't consume it in time, and you know, if you're trying versus some other fast ones, they have the opportunity to one-shot you anyways, because this thing is not that super bulky. I mean, it has pretty good on special defense with 101 and pretty okay on the defense a little bit. The only problem is the HP. It's just a little, it's kind of just kind of like, wow, it just kind of hurts me a little bit because 84 still makes this thing not exactly a bulky mon still. So yeah, I'm glad at least I got that attempt, and gladly the opponent didn't use Earthquake on that Crocodile. Otherwise, that would have gone down. And also, can we talk about the fact that the opponent didn't use like Mamoswine's Ice Shard, or like the fact I actually able to take it out the Garchomp with an Earthquake? And that definitely could have easily had Rough Skin if I used like Liquidation or Ice Spinner. So I had the Earthquake because that is not a fully a physical contacting move. It's actually kind of like a physical long range move, kind of. It's sort of like Draining Kiss. It's like a special physical, and Earthquake kind of like a physical special almost. So it's well, not really, but sort of at least. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the Empoleon strategy, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Empoleon sweep. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke, and as always, stay lucky out there.